Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. Now I know that sounds harsh at first, but stay with me. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants happiness. A better job, more money, stronger relationships, the dream life. But let me ask you, what are you becoming in the process? Wanting something doesn't bring it into your life. Most people spend their lives chasing success, like it's a prize at the end of a race. They run harder, push faster, hustle longer, believing that if they just move fast enough, want it badly enough, or shout loud enough, success will eventually turn around and come to them. But here's the truth most never learn. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. You see, success is not hiding from you. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to become the kind of person who naturally attracts the life you desire. That's the difference between those who struggle endlessly and those who rise steadily. One group is chasing, the other is becoming. Think of it like this. When a farmer wants a harvest, he doesn't chase crops across the field. He cultivates the soil. He plants the right seeds. He waters, nurtures, and waits patiently. Why? Because he understands that results are a product of preparation. And life works the same way. Many people chase wealth without developing discipline. They chase love without healing their heart. They chase peace without creating internal clarity. But here's the paradox. The more you chase something from a place of lack, the more you reinforce that you don't have it, and you drive it further away. Chasing says, I'm not enough yet. I need something outside of me to feel whole. Attracting says, I'm becoming someone worthy. I'm aligning myself with the very thing I desire. And that shift, from desperate pursuit to intentional becoming, is where the breakthrough happens. Look at successful people, genuinely successful people, the kind with depth, purpose, and peace. They didn't stumble upon their success by accident, nor did they force it to happen through constant struggle. They grew into it. They invested in their mindset, their habits, their character. They became people who could handle responsibility, manage emotions, lead others, and stay true to their values. That kind of internal work creates a magnetic field. It draws opportunities, people, and resources that match who you are. Because life doesn't give you what you beg for. It gives you what you are prepared for. So the real work isn't about running harder. It's about becoming better. Not in a perfectionist sense, but in a consistent, intentional, values-driven way. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I need to become in order to naturally attract the success I'm dreaming about? Do you want financial success? Then become someone who is valuable in the marketplace. Learn new skills, show up on time, go the extra mile. Let your work speak so loudly that people can't ignore you. Do you want deep, meaningful relationships? Then become someone who is trustworthy, kind, emotionally mature. Heal from the past, grow your communication, give without keeping score. Do you want peace of mind? Then become someone who practices stillness, who knows how to say no, who builds a life that reflects their priorities. Everything you're chasing is not out there somewhere. It's waiting for the version of you who is ready to receive it. And that's why you should never worry about chasing success. Instead, work on yourself, strengthen your values, sharpen your mind, protect your energy, build your confidence, improve your habits, because when you do, success won't be able to resist you. It will find you, it will stay with you, and it will grow through you. Not because you chased it, but because you earned it. By becoming the person who attracts it effortlessly, if there's one principle that has the power to quietly reshape your entire life, it's this. Your identity shapes your outcome. Not your wishes, not your goals, not your public image. Your identity, who you truly believe you are on the inside, determines what shows up for you on the outside. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you are, and what you are is made up of your daily thoughts, your beliefs, your patterns, your habits. It's not the loud declarations or dream boards that determine your destiny. It's your self-concept. Your identity is the thermostat of your life. It sets the temperature, and no matter how hard you try to force external change, you'll always return to what you believe you are. You can want to be rich. You can say all the affirmations in the world, but if deep down you see yourself as someone who never has enough, who's always behind, who's unworthy of abundance, you'll subconsciously sabotage every opportunity that shows up. Why? Because your identity can't receive what it doesn't believe it deserves, and the reverse is true too. When you see yourself as disciplined, valuable, confident, you naturally start to attract people, situations, and results that match that identity. That's why you can't fake it. Life sees past the surface. You don't rise to your potential. You fall to your level of identity. Now let me ask you this. What stories are you telling yourself every day? Because your life is following those stories, whether you're aware of it or not. If you constantly say, "I'm just not good with money," guess what? You'll always be someone who finds a way to lose it or avoid it. If you say, "I never attract the right people," your brain starts filtering your experiences to confirm that belief. It's not magic, it's psychology. It's identity reinforcing itself. But here's the good news. Identity is not fixed. You're not born with a label that can't be changed. You can upgrade your identity just like you can upgrade your knowledge, your skills, your fitness. It starts with becoming aware. You have to become the observer of your internal dialogue. What do you say about yourself when no one's watching? When you start catching those old narratives, challenge them, interrupt them, replace them, not with empty positivity, but with a commitment to growth. You may not be a millionaire yet, but you can start identifying as someone who is learning to be financially wise. You may not be in the best shape, but you can adopt the mindset of someone who values health and honors their body. Change begins with language. Start speaking from the identity you want to grow into, not with arrogance, but with intention. Act like the kind of person who already has what you desire, not to pretend, but to train your mind to believe it's possible. When you shift your identity, your behavior naturally starts to align. A person who sees themselves as a disciplined individual doesn't have to fight to be consistent. It's who they are. A confident person doesn't beg for attention. They embody quiet certainty. A person who knows their worth doesn't settle for less. They walk away with peace. So stop trying to fix the results. Start working on the root. Start building the identity of the person you want to become. And here's the key. Do it before the evidence shows up. That's where true transformation happens, when you believe it internally before it's validated externally, because your life is always catching up to your identity. Your relationships, your income, your opportunities, they're all mirrors of who you believe yourself to be. So raise your standards, upgrade your mindset, shape a new identity that aligns with the future you want. And once you do that, you won't have to chase results. They'll start chasing you. There's a truth that many people overlook in the rush to change their lives. Nothing changes out there until something changes in here. The outer world, your results, your relationships, your bank account, your circumstances, is a reflection of the work you've done on the inside. Most people are so focused on changing what they see, changing their job, changing their partner, changing their environment, without ever stopping to change themselves. But the real breakthrough happens when you realize that your outer world bends to the shape of your inner world. Always has, always will. You can't plant negativity in your thoughts and expect joy in your life. You can't live with a scarcity mindset and expect abundance to follow. You can't operate from fear and expect to create a life of peace and confidence. It just does the mindset work you do in silence, the habits you stick to even when no one is watching. This is what I call the quiet work, the inner work. It's not glamorous, it's not loud, but it's the work that creates lasting change. You can't shortcut it, you can't fake it, you've got to do the work. Take a look at someone who's truly successful, not just in wealth, but in peace, in relationships, in fulfillment. What you'll find is someone who spent time working on themselves. They learned how to manage their thoughts, their emotions, their time, their energy. They built character before they built a brand. They developed vision before they pursued ambition. Because here's the reality. If you don't do the inner work, even if success finds you, you won't be able to hold on to it. You'll sabotage it, you'll lose it, or worse, you'll keep it but feel miserable and unfulfilled inside. That's why I always tell people, don't rush the process, do the real work, build a solid inner foundation. Learn how to think clearly, how to respond instead of react, how to stay grounded under pressure, how to be grateful even when things aren't perfect. When you build yourself from the inside out, success becomes sustainable. Fulfillment becomes possible, and life doesn't feel like a constant uphill battle. It becomes a reflection of the person you've become. Start small, read a little every day, reflect, journal, meditate. Practice stillness, strengthen your habits, get honest about your flaws, and then commit to growth. Not perfection, just progress. Begin speaking to yourself with respect. Hold yourself to a higher standard, not out of guilt or shame, but because you see who you're capable of becoming. The people who live meaningful, aligned lives aren't lucky, they're intentional. They took responsibility for their growth. They did the inner work, and that work shaped every single result they experience today. So if you're wondering why your life feels stuck, or why things aren't moving the way you hoped, don't look outside. Look within. The answers are there. The power is there. The change is what you're truly aligned with. You become it, and it comes to you. When you chase something, what you're really doing is telling the world, I don't have this. You're operating from lack. You're trying to fill a gap by grabbing something outside yourself. The problem is that energy creates resistance. People can feel it. Life can feel it. You start to repel the very things you want most, not because you're not worthy, but because you're not aligned. But when you focus on growth instead of grasping, on character instead of outcomes, everything begins to change. You move from neediness to confidence, from insecurity to inner strength. You don't need to prove yourself anymore because you're grounded in who you are becoming. Want to be respected? Don't chase respect. Become someone worthy of it. Develop integrity. Keep your word. Show up with excellence even when no one is watching. Want to be loved? Don't chase love. Become love. Learn to listen. Heal your heart. Be kind when it's inconvenient. Be honest when it's hard. When you radiate love, you attract it without effort. Want to be successful? Don't chase money or titles or validation. Become a person of value. Learn, practice, refine, offer solutions. Build something meaningful. When you grow into someone who solves problems, success is a natural side effect. And let's be clear, this isn't about sitting around doing nothing. Becoming is active, it's intentional, it's work, but it's the right work. It's the kind of work that transforms you, not just your circumstances. Most people skip this step. They go straight for the prize, thinking they can outwork their limitations. They believe if they hustle hard enough, they can skip the process of becoming. But what they find sooner or later is that the dream either collapses or feels empty once they get it. Because they didn't grow into the person who could sustain it, enjoy it, or truly live it. There's a reason people win the lottery and go broke within years, or achieve fame and spiral into chaos. It's not a money problem. It's not a spotlight problem. It's an identity problem. They received something their character wasn't built to carry. That's why becoming is so powerful. Because when you build yourself to be ready, what you receive will not overwhelm you. It will elevate you. You'll be able to handle more, give more, and grow even further because the foundation is solid. So if there's something you deeply want, don't chase it, study it, understand it. Then ask yourself, who do I need to become to naturally attract this into my life? That's where your focus should go. If you want peace, become someone who doesn't need to control everything. If you want freedom, become someone who takes responsibility for their choices. If you want confidence, become someone who keeps promises to themselves, even the small ones. The dream version of your life doesn't live out there in the future. It lives inside the version of you that you haven't fully stepped into yet. And that version, it's built one small decision at a time. One daily habit at a time. One mindset shift at a time. So stop running, stop grasping, Stop waiting for someone or something to complete you. You already have the blueprint. What's missing isn't the opportunity, it's the alignment. Become the kind of person who is already living that vision from the inside out. When you stop chasing and start becoming, life begins to meet you with what you were looking for all along. Because you finally became ready to receive its wishes. It's waiting on more growth. You don't attract what you want just because you want it. You attract what you are prepared for, what you are aligned with, what you are. Don't chase, don't beg, don't try to force the future. Instead, become. Become the kind of person who lives with purpose, who leads with discipline, who speaks with integrity, who walks in peace. Because when you become more, you attract more, without needing to force it. Life responds to who you are, so work harder on yourself than you do on anything else. Shape your thoughts, strengthen your habits, protect your energy, and watch how your world begins to shift. Because in the end, the real magic isn't in the goal, it's in the growth. And when you become the right kind of person, the right kind of life will always follow. Thank you. And remember, your future isn't something you chase. It's something you become ready to receive.